Welcome to the Dray Way every day. That's right. You should be checking out the Dray Way every day because every day there's a new Dray Way. So check it out each and every day. And guess what the big news is today? What's the big news? The big news is Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. Yes, let me say it one more time. Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. Did you see what happened yesterday in Georgia? The previous record on the first day was 130,000 voters. Do you know what we got yesterday? We got over 300,000. And if you saw video of people standing in line, I could not be more proud that women are stepping up and stepping out. If you looked at the lines yesterday, it was women everywhere. Yeah, I mean, and how can you not be more excited than seeing those numbers turn out for Georgia? Anyway, I'm Drayton Nay. Welcome to the Dray Way. And like I said, the Dray Way every day is the way to start your day. So I'm so glad you're here. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and do all the bells and alerts, all that stuff, so you know when a new show drops. And it drops around noon on noon Pacific time each and every day. So be on the look for it. And thank you. Yesterday's episode was huge. So let's try to make this show just as good, if not better. But what a way to start off with Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. And I want you to understand kind of what that means. What does that mean? You're saying, okay, Drayton, Georgia showed up and showed out. Over 300,000 votes in the first day. But what does that exactly mean? Okay, I'm going to tell you what that means. That means the enthusiasm level is off the charts. And the fact that so many voted on the first day is a really, really good sign, especially the fact that it was a lot of women. It was mostly women. And that is extremely good news for the blue party. Yeah, I'm sure Harris today has a smile on her face knowing that over 300,000 Georgians voted yesterday. So that's why it couldn't be any bigger. And it has to go with my theme of saying the youth vote. Women are going to turn out and the youth vote is going to be the largest in history. Because I know, believe me, I've been doing this a long time. A very long time. And anybody that's been around elections for a long time will tell you, oh, yeah, young people don't show up. Yeah, young people don't vote. It's not a big deal. Young people aren't going to be there. They're not going to actually vote. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore because young people today are more informed than ever before. Yeah. And what they've learned real fast is if we want to say and how things are, and how we're governed and in our own future, we have to start stepping up. We have to start getting involved and getting involved now. Because, believe it or not, folks, I'm a baby boomer. And young people today are like, okay, baby boomers, you've put us in debt, trillions of dollars. Go sit off to the side and let us, now that you've put us in debt, let us step up and start deciding how this country moves forward. And to be honest with you, I could not agree more. I could absolutely not agree more. Because certainly, even though I just turned 61 yesterday, there's a lot of boomers that are a lot older than me. But in my humble opinion, and I want to know what you guys think, do you really think we should have people in their 80s? In their 80s? I mean, don't you think we should kind of cap this out at like 72 or 75 at least? I don't think we need people in their 80s in the White House, in their 80s in the Senate, in the 80s in the House. I mean, I want you to know, when at the time that this was done, our original documents were written by people in their 20s and 30s, essentially. They never envisioned people living into their 80s. They never even thought that was a thing back then. Because if you lived to be in your 40s, you were old. Back when they wrote the Constitution and everything else, living into your 40s, you were an old man. But something I think should be done because I think being a leader in this country in your 80s, I think it's time to go sit down. And I think it's time to let the younger generation step up. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should we do something about this? Should we stop people from, doing this whole Senate or president or all this stuff in their 80s? Let me know in the comments. But welcome to the Dray Way. I'm glad you're here. We're just 20 days out from the election. 20 days out. And we have a lot more to talk about. Thanks for joining me. I think it's necessary that we talk about this. I think we need to talk about this. I've made myself very clear. I'm voting for Harris in this election, and I'm voting for her for a number of reasons. And what I'm not going to do is pretend that Donald Trump should be voted for in any way, shape, fashion, or form, especially for the last couple of days. The last couple of days, I don't see it at all. He's been very aloof. He hasn't answered the most basic question. As a matter of fact, unless you give him a question like, what's your name, or what's your favorite color, or do you like meat? Yeah, he's not answering anything above a 4th or 5th grade level question. It's just not happening. And I think what you're seeing right now in the final 20 days is what seems to be, to me anyway, is just a tired old man. That's what I see right now. But again, let me know what you think. I mean, have you really watched him the last couple of days? Have you really watched what he's been saying and what he's been doing? You know, he was at a talk yesterday. He had Bloomberg, the former, I think he was the former editor of Bloomberg, just asking him basic questions. Especially he got talking about tariffs. And he was like, oh, I love tariffs, and I think tariffs are great. And I think, now I want you to keep in mind, the last time he was president, he put tariffs involved in farming products. And we lost over 100,000 farmers under Donald Trump. I mean, wheat prices crashed, soybean prices crashed. Farmers, I mean, it was so bad for farmers that we had to just write them checks of billions of dollars. We had to just basically go, here's some money. We know that Donald Trump's tariffs are crushing you, but here's some money. And if you don't believe that, look it up. It was that bad. So what he was trying to bring up when he was questioning Trump about these tariffs, who do you think pays for the? Oh, well, the other countries pay for this tariff. We want stuff made here. No, Mr. Trump. The people buying the goods pay the tariff. It's a tax on us. And who in the world could afford to pay those taxes except for Americans? But do you want to pay an extra $3,000, $4,000 for goods? Is that something you want to do? Because tariffs, although when strategically placed correctly, do have its effect. But to put that just universally 10, 20% on all goods being brought into the United States, it would cripple most families. It would truly be a tax of $3,000, $4,000, maybe even $5,000 to every family across the United States. So with 20 days out, I have watched him the past 2 days, and he's just been, it's been bad. It's been really bad. And it's just, you can see that age has caught up with him. And he's just not engaged anymore. He's not even pretending to be engaged anymore. But again, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. Here we are 20 days out. Do you think Donald Trump is still engaged? Do you think Donald Trump is still in it to win it? Because I think it's, I kind of think he's thrown up the white flag. I really do. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. People keep talking. It doesn't matter whether I'm on YouTube, on TikTok. It doesn't matter what platform I'm on. I see people talking negatively about the economy, about the country, about where we're at, and I have no idea what they're talking about. They must live in a different country than what I live in, because I see nothing but prosperity and people doing well. Yes, Prices have gotten more expensive than they were 5 years ago. But that is a worldwide problem. That happened around the world, prices went up. So I don't see that as a problem in the United States. As a matter of fact, our inflation rate is lower than most countries throughout the world. So, and that's another thing I want to talk about is we've got the #1 military in the world. We have the #1 currency in the world. We are #1 in the world at oil and gas production. We're #1 in the world. Our stock market is #1 in the world, and it's not even close. So here we are, you know, doing well, and the country doing well. And I have proof of that because everywhere I go, consumer spending continues everywhere. Whether you're talking about online, whether you're talking about, I mean, have you been to a Costco? Do you have a Costco near you? Do you have one? I don't care when you walk into that thing. I've been to Costco several times this week. I went at 1, I went at 2, I went at noon. It doesn't matter when you go, that place is packed. And I mean, it is absolutely packed. And then I take my dad to go get ice cream, you know. I take him to go get ice cream, and it's the same thing. It's absolutely packed. So why are people talking negative about the economy? Why is everyone talking bad, that things are so terrible? Where are things this bad at? Somebody needs to tell me where it's at. Because certainly on all these shows that you listen to, any show where somebody's complaining, just know that you're listening to a Republican. Because the only people whining and crying like snowflakes are Republicans. That's how you know somebody's a Republican right now. If they're complaining about anything in this country, yeah, they can't see the bright side. All they can do is see negative this, negative that, negative this. Don't fall into that, because right now the country is booming. And I feel like I have to remind people every day. If you notice on my show, I've had to say it several times. The economy is doing extremely well. As a country, we're doing extremely well. We just had a couple of hurricanes that we have to now step up and have tens of thousands of workers step up and help rebuild things. AI is taking over like nobody's business. The stock market continues to go higher and higher and higher. I mean, between you and me, we have a 43,000 Dow. This time next year, and you see if I'm right, this is October 16th. You see if I'm right. This time next year, the Dow is going to be over 50,000. Yeah, just in 1 year, the Dow will be over 50,000. We'll play this back next year and see if I'm right. But again, let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious. Let me know what you think. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. This is the Dray Way every day. That's right, the Dray Way every day right here on my channel on YouTube. I hope to see you for the rest of the 20-day countdown. This is day 20. Day 19 is coming up tomorrow, and I expect you here. If you haven't seen some of the prior episodes, please check them out. And in the meantime, have a great day today, and I hope to see you tomorrow at the Dray Way every day. We'll see you later.